Hey, good Monday morning, Meridian Avenue Baptist Church family and friends. Here we are the Monday after National Day of the Cowboy, and what a good day it was. I want to go back to our verse on Peter, First Peter yesterday, in which we talked about our living hope and our inheritance. In this passage, Peter talks about the hope that we have. It is a living hope, that we have a new birth into a living hope. At that time in the world was described as a place without hope. Paul says in Ephesians chapter 2 that the world was without hope, the world was without God. And that's the world that we live in as well, without hope. There are things break down or rust, moths destroy. I was thinking about a new car. Hey, a new car, man. We hope that a new car will make us happy, make us feel important and big. We love that new car smell. But that new car smell eventually goes away. A new car is not a new car forever. Or we put our hope in a job. If I can only get this job, if I get this job, everything's going to be okay. This is a great job. And then we get that job and we find out that there are some not so good things about it, as just like the other job that we had. I read about a girl that said that she got her dream job and everything was going to be okay. It was the perfect world. And 6 weeks after she got her job, the company folded and closed their doors. And she had hoped in the wrong thing. See, Jesus is the hope that we need. He is the hope that will never perish, spoil, or fade, Peter says. And that's because he's already defeated spoilage. He's already defeated fading. He's defeated death, and he lives. He is a certain hope that we have. We know it's there. The world's hoping is wishful thinking usually. But Jesus is a certainty. An important part of that is that this was what marked the Christians in the era, biblical era, the New Testament era. They were marked by their hope in Jesus Christ. So the other part of that verse talked about an inheritance that would never perish, spoil, or fade. So Peter gives us a great word picture here, because the word imperishable or never perish, that Greek word can also mean that it will never be taken by the enemy. It can never be destroyed by the enemy or ravaged. We think back in the Old Testament, how many times was Israel conquered by the enemies? Their country ravaged. They were sent into captivity. Our inheritance cannot be taken from us by the enemy. He said that it will never spoil. The Greek word there for spoil means to be infected or be polluted, become impure. And many times Israel was left impure because of their mingling with pagan idols and pagan worships. Well, the Christian, we have a purity. We have a righteousness which the world cannot affect. See, that's because it's not a human righteousness. It is Jesus' righteousness placed on us. And that can never be destroyed or made impure. And then our inheritance will never fade. You know, even as the Israelites made their way into the promised land, there were going to be seasons where the flowers would fade, the grass would die. But the Christian world, where our inheritance is, there's no change and there's no decay. The challenges of life won't affect that. And the cool thing is that that inheritance is waiting for us in heaven. As we journey through this world here, Peter tells us that our inheritance is kept in heaven. That word kept means that it's being guarded like a precious object, a precious thing. And so as we think about it, they're watching over it so nothing can happen to it. And then he says we are shielded by our faith through Jesus Christ. I want you to understand that that word shielded is a military term. So think of you being protected by an army of angels, that God is watching over you. See, we are certain that God is watching over us. Even though we can't see him, even though we don't feel like he's there watching over us. He is protecting us. And the cool thing about this is this inheritance is yours for the taking. All you have to do is give yourself. Heart, soul, mind, and strength to Jesus. Be all in. And this inheritance that will never spoil, never perish, never fade is yours. If you haven't done that, would you give yourself to Jesus today? Ask him to be your Lord and Savior so that you can enjoy the certainty of hope in him and an imperishable inheritance. Hey, have a great week.